Hello. So let's get started on Downshift. Okay, hold on. My hair is not looking good. I only notice when I see myself on the camera. That's better. Okay. So yeah, Downshift. We're gonna work on this a little bit. I've got silly amounts of things to do on this, and I really don't have a whole lot of time to do it because I need to actually implement this somewhere. So I think we finished the accessibility stuff thanks to this pull request. Thanks. we're done with the specific feedback. Thank you so much, Marcy. We'll keep an eye on opportunities to improve stability of this project. So, okay. Great, that's good. But in this pull request, this root handle click was removed, and I didn't think about that until after I merged the pull request. So I'm a little bit concerned by this. I want to make sure, yeah, that's how it happened. So there's an on click. Yeah. I guess that's okay. That's fine. But this doesn't need to be coerced to or passed into the number constructor because index in this context will be a number. So we can clean that up later. Yeah, this is okay. That's all right. Also, this... Boy, I should probably get some water. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to go grab some water. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, I could clean this up a little bit because there's no way somebody's going to, well, first off, we're doing 2 double ampersands of the HTML4, and there's no way somebody's going to guess what the input ID is because that input ID is generated. So, yeah, and yeah, we could do the same thing for this. That was a sloppy review on my part. I should have noticed that. And we could actually get rid of this altogether. We just say ID equals this dot input ID, because if there is an ID, oh, I guess we're plugging it off. We'll have to look at that, ways to refactor that a little bit. So yeah, I reviewed this in haste. This is my bad. And now Travis is gone on vacation. Good for him. So, yeah, that's great. We actually got that done. This I'm gonna actually redo the whole or make the build here. I'm gonna make a real browser. Yes, M and CJS build, just like in Glamorous. I'll be working on this. Okay, milestone 1.0.0. And that will deal with that. Okay, and then the next thing, let's just focus on one thing at a time here. So I'm first going to refactor this stuff in this pull request that I wanted to. So let's pop open the editor here, move it over. I'm gonna get another browser window so I can put that next to my editor. And I'm gonna start, or here, let's get pull. And then npm run storybook. This will be localhost 6006. Move that over, I don't need it right now. And yeah, let's take care of some of the refactorings. So here, first this is going to be REST. Right. HTML4. You know what? I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, we basically need to keep the same logic, except we need to assign the input ID to the ID that we're given. Okay, so here let's. Oh wait, hold on a second. No, that wasn't a double ID thing, but we can get rid of this. Okay, and we can get rid of this, and actually no, we want if boy, I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble today. Okay, so if this dot We need to be able to determine whether the input ID was given to us by someone else. Zoom in a little bit? Sure. Yeah. Sorry, I normally do that. Oh yeah, I do not always code with a beanie on. Just my hair looks really bad. I didn't shower today, alright? I showered yesterday. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so what I'm going to do, I think, excuse me, this dot get input props dot input ID equals ID. Okay, and then we'll do this dot get label props dot HTML4 equals HTML4. Okay, and we'll need to unset those. I will probably be refactoring this. I don't really like this, but let's just see. This get input props dot input ID equals false. Actually, we'll just do ID because that just kind of makes sense to me. Yeah, okay, I don't really like the refactoring here. I kind of liked it the way that it was. So we're not going to generate the input ID here. I'm gonna restore a whole bunch of stuff. I'm trying to think actually if it might just be easier to revert and rework. That's what I'll probably do. So sorry, Travis. I really appreciate the work that you did here, but yeah. Okay, let's get log. I think it's, yeah, get reset. Or here, let's make a branch. PR refactor. Get reset hard head. Oh yeah, you can't see this. Let me. I'm gonna give myself this workspace here so you can see what I'm doing. Reset hard head, go back one, and now we're back to what I had before, where we're getting this first defined thing. So yeah, I kind of liked the way we were doing that before better. So let's do. We do need to generate random ID for the instance so that all the items get a I want the items to have the same kind of ID, and I am going to change this to generate random ID or generate ID, and this is going to accept a prefix prefix, oops, param, the prefix for the ID, ds, okay, I don't like ds, downshift, that's what Travis used, but I like to be more explicit. I don't care quite as much how big it is. I think explicitness is good. That way people can Google downshift, like, what is this downshift thing? So, okay, we're gonna change this to ID counter. Okay, cool. And then up here to our constructor. This dot ID equals generate, except it's not input ID, so it's, oops, let's fix that. Generate ID. I don't really need a Oh, I got it. What if we did, yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna do the whole prefix, so an actual prefix, not just like a middle X. So we'll do downshift input and downshift input. And then in here, we're going to get rid of this downshift business. Okay. And here we'll say downshift component. No, we'll just do downshift. And then we'll use the ID as part of our prefix when we generate the ID for each item. So let's do this. So I don't have to keep swiping back and forth. Okay, so here, this is correct. We are going to, here, let's see, this root node. Oh, we do need to be able to scroll into view. Hold on a second. Oh, I see. Yep, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. But we can get rid of this .root node and just use document, like Travis was doing here, so we'll just do that. Okay. Okay, good. Then input node. This is now going to be So it's possible that people don't want to have the ID on the input, I guess. We'll just assume that there's always an ID on the input, because we're passing it. That's going to be part of the requirements of the API. I should probably have like a list of, here are some things that you must do to be able to, or you must allow for this to work. Okay. Get root props. So I still like the onClick handler to be on the root onClick. I prefer this. Yep, so I think I'm going to leave that as it is. Get label props. I think this was just a straight up refactor. I don't think he actually needed to do any of this stuff. So I'm going to leave that as it was. Okay, so he removed that. and I'm good to remove that also. I am going to force the ID to be the input ID, whatever that is set to. And yeah, then we need to bring this change in. This was the original change. Highlighted index is getting from state. Oh yeah, we've got that right here. And then this get item ID function, where he defined this. And get element by ID. This dot get item ID for the index. Yes. Okay, so how did, oh, that's why he moved the quick handler. It's because he couldn't get the ID. Wait, get attribute ID. Yeah, that works. No, that won't work. We'll just leave it as it is. I don't mind having that. Or do I? I don't know. What if we do get index from ID? And then we can just do return ID dot split on that. And then we just need the last one. I'm not sure if there's a fancy expression way to do this, so I'm going to assign this to a variable. Do parts. Okay, so then we can do this. No, I missed it. Oops. Okay, cool. Let's document this really quick. Okay, I just realized that this could be a problem if somebody put an ID on anything. So I am going to keep this data attribute. I just don't want to put the click on every item. I feel like that is, I mean, I know that React does delegation for us. Yeah, so that shouldn't really be a problem. But you can render like 100 or 1,000 items, and I don't want you to pay the price of this compose event handler is being called 100 times every render, or a couple hundred times every render. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna leave this thing up here as it was before. I wish on WebStorm you can click on the little change thing right here and it'll let you revert to what you had before. I wish that I could do that. Oh, well. Okay. Okay. But we do want to have an ID for accessibility purposes. Okay, get rid of that. It's not used. We just put that there like he had. Okay. And we don't need the on click. We do, however, need this on mouse enter. I don't know how to accomplish that. Otherwise, I could do a mouse over, which is like fired a bajillion times. I don't want to re-render every time. Oi. Okay. I think that's good. Now, let me just look at my changes here really quick. Get item ID, I think is only used in one place. No, it's used in several places. Okay, that's right. Okay, so let's just make sure it works. Normally you would run your unit test to make sure things work, right? Not here. We are still not sure how we want things to work. Here, let's use the controlled version here. So we can toggle it open. Oh. And we have items with IDs and data properties. Okay, now that I look at it, it's like you've got the index in here twice. Can't you just derive that index? So I'll do a little bit more work. Fine. Okay. Autocomplete. Item index. Okay, so we are going to go back to document.get, or wait, target.get attribute ID. This .get item index from ID, and get item index, get ID, get item ID. Can't remember what yeah. Okay. And this will be a function that takes the ID. And it is going to, return ID dot slice. Yeah. This thing. Dot length. Right? Let's just make sure that would work. So if we had, let's just pretend that's what it was. And we had Ba-na-na-na. And let's say it didn't have that. Now that's weird. Oh, I changed the wrong thing. Input. I've got a better idea. There we go. Okay, and if it doesn't match, it's undefined. Sweet. Split. Don't need the length. One. And here, what happens when you put that number? Okay, and then it doesn't match. Nan. Just make sure nan is not truthy. Yeah, okay, good. So in that case, we'll just put the number around this. And if there's not an index, if it's not truthy, there we go. Okay, so now in here we don't need that. We just need the ID. And we still don't need the onClick handler. Hooray! Rebuilding. And we toggle this thing open. We look at these and they just have the ID. No more data stuff, which is good. Okay, cool. Coolio. So we're gonna, oh wait, so this active descendant thing, let's just make sure that, yep, active descendant. Item 1, yep, that's correct. Ah, that should be item 0. I think we've probably got a falsy truthy thing on our hands. Highlighted index, type of, or let's see, not equal to null. Or here, no, let's do type of highlighted index equals number. I guess highlighted index can be null. Could it ever be -1? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure we'd prevent that. Let's just do here. Null greater than 0. False. Excellent. Undefined greater than 0. False. Or wait. Yeah. Oops. And null is greater than or equal to 0. Wonderful. Thank you, JavaScript. Oops. There we go. Okay. Okie doke. So let's just make sure now. Yep, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Escape. It's gone. Okay, cool. Ha ha ha. Let's see what the, I'm always nervous to turn this thing on, but let's see what the screen reader says about all this. actually, let's go to basic. Okay, so it doesn't really impact the screen reader, which is probably good. Okay, so just review again. Okay, what if something does not have an attribute? What does that give me? Get attribute ID comes back as null, so that could break stuff. So you'd say ID and yeah, that'd be better. Because if I go in here and I click on an item that they've rendered that doesn't have an ID, then I am going to get null from this, which we'll call this, which will blow up with null. So I don't have to worry about that. It's all looking good. Okay, cool. We'll add all that, get commit. Here, we'll do this CA thing. And our one test passes still. Hooray! I promise I will get tests written soon. Soon as I get everything else sorted. Okay, refactor. Actually, I don't think that's a type. So, chore, refactor. Refactor things to be more better. Upside down face. I'm just not feeling the good solid commit messages today. I just want to get things done. Besides, it's not even released yet, so who cares about change logs, right? Okay, what? I just wanted to change a few things. Shrug. What? Oh, shoot. Rats. Let me, yeah, because I reset. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Okay, watch this. I'm going to copy. And I copy that too. Then we'll go check, reset hard head back one. Get let's see, rebase master. And then we'll paste all this and save that. And we'll paste that too. Right? Yeah. Save that. Let's just double check our git diff. Okay. And then we'll git commit things. And I'm too lazy even to come up with a new commit message. Just make sure our linting and tests pass real quick, but they should. Pawn is asking a quick question. Return ID and this thing. Yeah, this is actually kind of a silly JavaScript trick. And the fact that you're asking makes me think I should probably, whoops, change this. So what this will do is it'll it doesn't return a Boolean. It'll actually return the value on the right side. It's kind of tricky, and I normally don't like doing it. So we're going to say if there's an ID, then we'll return that. Otherwise, we'll return null. Make it more explicit. It's a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to paste that in. Then I'm going to amend no verify, just so I get that other change I just did with pon, and we'll push force. And that will resolve our merge conflicts quite nicely. And I'll just merge it. I'm tired of waiting. Okay, great. So now I want to make the build. I'm going to do that. So let's take a look at Glamorous. And we'll go to package scripts. Actually, here we'll go to, go back. Go to our rollup config. And I'm going to copy this thing and we'll modify it. Here, actually, let's check out master, git pull, and branch, pr, rollup. And now, rollup config.js. And we've got a bunch of dependencies to install. And npm install. Just install all those things. Okay, and we want all the same stuff, except we don't care about tiny. So yeah, we'll just get rid of tiny. So we're not going to have a tiny version of this. Glamorous is now going to be downshift. And swap that. Okay. We're going to depend on the global React. We don't need Glamour. We don't even have, well, yeah, we have prop types. Yeah. Okay, we have prop types. So if you install this, you're going to need to install React and prop types first. So be aware. And I actually, instead of doing this replace doodad stuff, do process or Babel plugin process env. I think actually I'm using that already somewhere. Am I using that? There, this is probably it. We'll look at the Babel RC really quick. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we'll install this thing. Oh, whoops, but we want to save it. And then we will use this in our plugins. Okay. And then here, I don't need to do this. Yeah. Okay, neat. So we don't need the replace thing after all. We don't need tiny. And so we can remove thing. Oh shoot. I knew that would happen. The build broke. Whenever I get impatient, build breaks. Oh, it was some Git thing. This happens occasionally, so it's nothing to be concerned about. I bet if we looked at the main build, we've got a green build. 194 a month. Goodness, this thing's not even released yet. Thanks for the confidence. I'm sorry if I'm breaking you all the time. Hopefully it will be done soon. Yeah, okay, sweet. So we're good. Get rid of that. Okay, so now we do need, actually, whoops, the scripts to actually run these. So we'll go to package scripts, build. Let's look at package scripts here. If you're interested, NPS is the package which I'm using for my scripts, and I think it is pretty swell. So check out NPS. Okay, so here we have our build and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna just copy this. Yeah, and test, I guess. We'll add some build tests as well. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get rid of the tiny builds. And this thing. And then gonna build ES. This should probably just be ESM. Oops. Build ESM. And M. Go to our rollup. ESM. Okay, and then we have CJS and UMD, main and min. And yeah, we'll see if that works. And then we run, so build and test. So we run build, and then here, actually in our validate, we're going to do dot and test. So this will run build, and then test the build. So test the build and the size, but I'm not going to do that size thing here. Not yet, anyway. So let's go up to our test. We'll add, whoops. And then let's open up dist test index. I'm going to copy that, and we're going to make, I'm not going to put it in dist test, I'm just going to put it in here, new file, build test.js. Okay, and I guess, what is this one line doing for us? Okay, forget that, we don't need that. And we'll let that happen. Okay. Is downshift component. Okay. So then let's get rid of all the tinies. Okay, actually this is kind of nutso. I just want these ones so I can get rid of the assert, the line thing. I think that did it. Hopefully. Okay, and then we get rid of the tiny imports. And okay. Get rid of this thing. And we're actually not exporting named exports, so just say .default, I guess. I wish that I'd added a comment to, oh wait, because you shouldn't try to require the is file. Ah. Okay. Let's get rid of all instances of glamorous, downshift. And I am also going to rename this to downshift. And just get rid of haha, auto completely. That's times past. Okay, and this is what I wanted to change, downshift, except actually okay, sweet. Okay, cool. I think I got it all. Okay, that minor distraction. This is going to be in other/build test.js. And oh yeah, build test is going to need it'll just go up a directory. Yeah, okay. Cool. Let's just see what happens. PS build and test. Nope, totally busted. Oh, I also need to install rollup. npm id rollup. Unless it's rollup CLI. Whoops. We'll see. Pretty sure it's just rollup. Oops. What is happening? Okay, let's try that again. It appears to be executing. And oh, UMD entry. Yeah. Okay. For us, the UMD entry is actually the same entry. Whoops. UMD. Yeah, this one's actually quite a bit simpler than Glamorous. And that's silly. Okay, try that again. Oh, so a while back, sorry I missed your comment earlier, Mord Zuber, that else clause that you're talking about. So I do somewhere around here. Well, actually, this works too. I prefer to always have an else. Like, even though this technically would work, it's, yeah, unless like there's a ton of code in here, I normally prefer to have an else, just because I feel like it makes it a little bit more explicit what's going on. I don't know. I don't have super strong opinions on that, but it's kind of just my feelings. Okay, what is going on now? External helpers. Okay. Oh, yeah. I can't remember what that thing's all about, but let's find out. And while we're doing that, I'll just go ahead and install it. Babel plugin external helpers. Well, that is not so helpful. Babel plugin external helpers. Why do you exist? No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, let's uninstall that. Because we really only have like, well, I guess we have 2 files. Yeah, okay. I take it back. We'll keep it. Yeah. That way we don't have to worry about it in the future. Yeah, okay. Doodaloo. And try it again. Rats. Oh, concat exports, that's right. I had this thing. Where is that? Yeah, okay. So I had this thing, or I have this thing in Glamorous, where I didn't want to have to, like, I wanted to make the built-in things tree shakeable, or like, importable by themselves, just like import curly braces div. And so to do that, we did this. Export var, boom, all this stuff. But I didn't want to have to build and maintain that list by hand, and so we had this concat export thing. So yeah, that's what that's for. But I don't need it in this library, yay! So that should work. And now it's running the test. Should get a thumbs up. Nope. Cannot find module. Okay. So my package JSON dist index, but it's not going to be index anymore. It's going to be downshift CJS. And actually, on that note, I'm going to have these 3 things. Okay. Try that one more time. I think we're gonna be good. Okay. Grr. Well, whoever wrote that assertion should have written a more helpful one. Oh wait, it was me. Grr. Okay, my kids have been watching Daniel Tiger. I think that's where this grr stuff is all coming from. Do you need to change the name of the next 2 lines to Downshift? Which 2 lines? Sorry, be more specific. There's like a 15-second lag between what you see and where I am. So kind of got to be specific there. Design a web layout for my new site. I'll pay you nicely. No, I'm sorry. I won't do that. I am too busy. But maybe somebody in the chat will. Top of package JSON. Yes, thank you. Downshift. Boy, that could have been disastrous. No, disastrous. Yep. Okay, so here I actually don't care what version of NPM you're running either, so I'll just remove that too. So what was our problem again? Oh yeah, ES modules and build test. Actually, I'm gonna just get rid of this thing. This has extra exports, I think. Yeah, that's the problem. We're not exporting anything extra. So I'm gonna get rid of this function altogether. And this one too. And so I'll say boom. Oh, rats. There we go. Now it's MPS, or we'll just say Babel node, other, build, test. Okay, sweet. I'll just run nps. Well, actually, I run the validate as part of my commit script, so we can do that here in a second. Okay, I think we're good. So actually, since I'm here, let's just look at what it would be like to make it work with preact. Huh? So I'm not going to put preact in my peer dependencies. Sorry. Because anytime somebody installs it with React, which is probably the primary use case, they'll get a warning that they don't have preact, and I just can't have that. I don't mind doing that to folks using preact. I'm sorry. That's sad. Okay, let's see. So we've got our rollup config. Yeah, we got rid of this DOM scroll into view thing. Okay. That seems simple enough. So we need this alias thing. Well, actually, here we'll have a you know what? I'm going to generate. This is one of the reasons why I love NPS. Am I using a desktop background changing software? Sort of. It's built into Mac OS. Every half hour I think, it changes the background to just something that Mac has. It's cool. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons I love NPS, is because I can do stuff like this. I can take all this stuff, going to make a function, and say get build for for library. Return, and here he was saying environment library. Okay, cool. what's going on? Change this to template literal. Okay, cool. So then I can say React, whoops, is get build for React, and here, and actually we'll just keep refactoring this. We're going to make a default description run all library builds in parallel. Okay, and we're going to do script is nps concurrent. Oh wait, rats. Say our, well, we'll just encode this. Yeah, whatever. PS utils concurrent. Here we go. So this will actually be concurrent nps build dot library. This will be interpolated also. Library. Let's see. ESM. CJS. UMD main. UMD min. Okay, cool. And then up here, we'll just have build.react, and eventually we'll also have build.preact, but let's just look at build here really quick. Okay, it seems to have worked. It didn't blow up anyway. Look at the CJS. Got a bunch of stuff. Hey, let's see, for the first time, it's just over 1,000 lines. And oh, hey, let's look, actually. Let's look at the dist. So the minified version is 13 kilobytes. Rats, I was hoping I'd get sub 10, but at gzipped, I bet it's smaller. Here, let's look at something really quick. Preact. The minified version, oh, whoops. Minified is 8 kilobytes. And then you gzip that, and I think it's supposed to be something like 3 kilobytes or something. Yeah. So then you gzip, so you have 8 kilobytes plus the 13 kilobytes from Downshift, and you have a pretty small autocomplete library. Gzip that. Here, let's look at React autocomplete. Here, actually, unpackage React autocomplete dist, or let's see, I think it might be called build. I can't. Yeah, dist. The minified is 22, so we're actually smaller than React autocomplete when you ship a framework with us. Yeah, that's sweet. And we're way smaller than React Select. I don't expect we'll ever get close to React Select, even with preact, because it is quite large, 87. And you also have to include this 8 kilobytes of CSS. Oh, wait, no, that's 87 for the unminified. Minified is 47, so that's quite a bit smaller. Still pretty significant. I don't think we'll ever get that big, which is great. Great that we'll never get that big. Not great that they're so big. Ha ha ha. Okay. Great. So now let's make one for preact. Or actually, wait. First, let's update this so that the file names take the library into consideration. So const library equals process library, and then here's part of all of our Downshift file names. It's going to be, or actually, here we'll say library equals preact, and it'll just be nothing. Otherwise, it'll be process env library. That way, the React folks don't have to deal with it. And we'll do also, oops, dot the library. And that way, we don't have to have a dot. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Okay, so now with that so far, we should be able to, oh wait, let's add the preact build really quick. And build preact. And I'm thinking about our tests as well. This kind of stinks, but I think I'll just have to do a lot of duplication. Just gonna get rid of this thing. Now, I don't think I'm going to add this build for preact, the build test. I think it's fine. If it works for React, it's probably going to work for preact. But anyway, look at all this. Whoa! And then if we look at dist, it's got preact all over. So that's cool. Let's actually make it mean something. So now referencing this, React test, oh wait, no, that's nothing. Aha! We're going to need to install this. So, plugins, filter Boolean. That way we can do stuff like this. Library. Or here we'll just do is preact. Okay, so if it is preact, then we'll do this thing. Otherwise, we'll do null, and then it'll be filtered out by that thing. Okay, we already have the class properties inside of the regular Babel RC, so we don't need that. And we have these things taken care of. External is also taken care of. And then we need the alias plugin, which I believe I've already installed. Let's just double check. Alias? Nope. Have not, so let's go ahead and install that. Sometimes mouse is not a very good interface to computers. Okay. And he put that as the first plugin. Seems legit, so alias. Here, actually, let's. How did he do this? Okay, got that now. Alias. Here, let's not show the comments. They're kind of annoying. Okay. Is preact question mark? Then that, otherwise that. And we'll say React is going to be just basically the same stuff you did. So let's just be done with this. And we'll go in here and make a new folder called, or just do new file called compat, or preact compat light.js. Make the prop types and copy path. I want to copy contents. Can I do that? Okay, compat light, boom. Here, let's do preact. So in the last TC39 meeting, we were talking about export default preact or from preact, which would be kind of nice. I think actually Babel supports this already. Let's see. Babel REPL. Nope, does not. So yeah, but eventually we'll be able to do that. Okay. Wow. Oh. Okay. Not sure why we'd need count, but I guess we'll leave it in there, maybe? No. Let's just remove that. And you know what? I'm going to add a story for this so we can make sure that, at least for now, we'll eventually maybe be able to write a test for this, but yeah, it's going to be kind of tricky actually. Our story will have to do some fancy stuff. Oh, Aunt Janice, you're asking about my hat. It's not cold over here. I just have a bad hair day, so I'm wearing it. Okay, cool. So that's that. Let's look at our prop types. Doodaloo. And let's see. Haha, good call. AG prop types. Yeah, actually we'll do okay, so we've got here, we'll just pull all these in. And I don't care what it's called. Okay, we've got a couple functions defined already. Oops, undo. Number, any, bool, and a string, but we don't use shape or instance of, so we're good. I could make this really complicated by using Babel plugin preval, because what I'm worried about is So I'm just going to come in here in Downshift, and they're going to be like, oh sweet, I think we need to have a new thing called options prop types shape, and then put something in there, and then preact breaks because the prop types doesn't support that. And so what I'm thinking is I could do a preval, Babel plugin preval, and module exports equals require downshift, yeah, and then get prop types, and then nah, that would be like super duper complicated. I'll just make sure I remember. Okay, so oops. Okay. Let's add a thing to this file. This file is here for preact compatibility, so you don't have to ship prop types to preact. This makes the assumption that you are trading off a little nicer developer experience in favor of a smaller build. Okay, get rid of that thing. And cool. I think this will do it. So let's just make sure that the build takes all the right files. I'm not sure why these aren't highlighted in different colors also. They should be, because it's a concurrent of concurrent scripts. So these ones should also have colors. So if anyone wants to figure out what's wrong, what we're using here is called, where is it? Concurrently. So you can go find concurrently and see if you can figure out why these colors aren't applied. I think it'll actually be pretty simple, pretty easy to fix that, because it does apply these colors. So it's just probably the way that concurrently applies the colors to labels. It's like, oh, I don't need a color here, when it actually probably does. Okay, great. So let's just look at our dist here really quick. Get rid of that thing. Here, actually, I've got a script. Delete DS files. Boom, they're gone. So go to our dist, preact CJS, require prop types. So that's not working. Yeah, okay. Wait, was that preact? That was preact, right? Yeah, okay. So you gotta fix a couple things. If it's preact, then we're gonna alias react to this thing. And in that scenario, we don't want these to be globals. Wait, hold on. Here, let's do is preact. Actually, wait. Yeah, if it's preact, then we'll do one thing. Otherwise, we'll do this other. And in our case, we'll say react should be preact. How does preact UMD? I'm guessing it exposes itself as preact. All like uppercase preact. speed up. Script. Well, let's look at the website. Okay, fine. I'll do this the old-fashioned way. Preact. Boy, what is wrong? My internet should be like really fast, but it's not, and I don't know why. Okay, so if we look at preact.js, global. I think it looks like it's exporting itself as lowercase. So let's do this. Pop open the DevTools, run the script, preact. There we go, not preact. Yeah, okay. That was easy. So React is going to be lowercase preact as a global. And prop types will not be global. And then when it's preact, we'll alias React to the compat and prop types to prop types. I'm going to do this. Okay, so that aliasing should work, hopefully. We'll see what happens when I run the build. So if I look at the preact UMD, global preact and global prop types. No, it's not what I want it to be. And it shouldn't be defining React. So I think, yeah, I'm not sure why prop types is getting picked up. That should not be happening. External. Oh, I had it already, and then I was like, oh, preact. Well, I want it to work with preact anyway, so. Rollup, external. Okay. Sounds fine. So I don't think it's the external globals. Okay. Just not sure why prop types is getting set as a global. So I'm just gonna do something really quick. Maybe I'm confused about something. build preact umd main. No name was provided. Prop types. Oh, it's guessing prop types. Oh, that's interesting. How did I miss that? Huh. Okay, so it needs to have, if it's going to be external, okay, so we'll say is preact, then we'll externalize preact, because we're going to alias that to preact. Otherwise, it'll externalize prop types. Okay. I wonder why that warning wasn't shown up here. Oh wait, here it was. Right there. My bad. Okay, cool. So we can get rid of this now. And yeah, downshift umd with preact. Go with preact, but it doesn't take the thing. And then prop types. Boom, prop types right there. Sweet. Cool. All right, nice. So let's look at this. This is just over 1,000 lines. So cool. Okay, cool. I think that we've got it then. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. What's this Babel RC false business? Don't think that I want that. Oh, it's probably because this env module. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to duplicate this. It's going to be babelrc.js. And then this is going to have presets babelrc.js. We're going to move all this stuff out. Oh, yeah, I already did that. We're good. Oh, whoops. Mixed them up. Oh, module exports this thing. Whoops. Ah! There we go. And then modules false. And we can say the format is ESM. Is ESM. Okay, cool. And then external helpers. Let's just do all this stuff as well. And external helpers, yeah, I guess we just always include that. Okay, then we can get rid of this and that and that and that. Let's try this. Okay. Running. They're building. Rats. babelrc.js. Did I misspell something? Couldn't find preset relative. Weird. Oh, haha, I do this all the time. That is a .bevelrcjs. Because, yeah, .bevelrcjs. Okay, and more breaking things. Is preact is not defined. My bad. My bad. Why didn't anybody tell me? Is preact. And actually, we're just going to do this really quick. Try that one more time. Modules, either false. Oh, false or true. And we want it to be common JS. So if it is ESM, then we want this to be false. Otherwise, common JS. Because it was being set to true, and that's why I was throwing that error. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, huh. Well, fine. What we'll do is ESM, then modules false, otherwise an empty object. All that validation stuff. It's almost like they think I don't know what I'm doing. Either that or I really don't know what I'm doing. It's probably what it is. Grr. Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. No, we need this to always be the case. So we're gonna do this. Process.env.rollup build equals true. Because rollup will take care of the module stuff for us. Is rollup. We'll just, yeah. Is rollup, then module's false, otherwise nothing. Yeah, that will fix it. I should just run one of them so it doesn't take so long. Oh, it worked. Yes. Most excellent. And now let's look at the result. So we've got preact CJS. There's our prop types. And ES, there's our prop types. And UMD, there's our prop types. And it's referencing preact. Oh, let's make sure when it requires. See, it's requiring React still. Okay, we don't want it to require React. So alias is preact, should compat light, and compat light should, whoops, what on earth? Oh, well, that took me to preact. That's funny. Okay, so, oh, because it followed the compat light export. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so it should be importing compat light. Here, let's add a comment here. This file is here to make Downshift compatible with preact without requiring you to include all of preact compat. Yep, okay. So just going to copy this really quick, log it. Actually, here, let's just do the whole thing, make sure that our logic is correct. And we'll ps build preact umd main. Okay, that looks correct. And if I do react, then it will log an empty object. Okay, so the logic is working. And here, let's just require resolve should throw an error, but just to be sure, okay, we are getting the actual files. Okay, so why then is the alias not happening? See, in this define react, that should define preact, or it should actually not even be there, right? Like, I think that actually is totally wrong. But let's work on the CGS version. I think that will make everything else work. Okay, so this needs to require preact. I wonder what this CommonJS plugin does. I can't remember. Actually, we'll just go find its README. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I really need it, but maybe it's useful. I'll just leave it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? One thing that I just remembered of the CJS is autocomplete. Oh, that's right. Okay. Now, I just want to make sure that I'm not doing like, if you're going to require it, you have to say require thing.default. That would be dumb. Here, export default to suite. And yeah, preact ES. Here, we'll do the ES one. So this should be importing React and component from preact, which it does not. So, okay, alias, rollup, alias. Okay. My feet are getting tired. My legs. Okay. The alias just doesn't seem to be working at all. Oh. Oh, it's probably because we're saying React is external. Ha ha. That would do it. Yeah, this is gonna work. What? There we go. What just happened? I think it just brought in all of preact. Nope, that's not gonna do it. This needs to be preact. Aha, that will do it. Okay, I think I got it. Booyah. So we're importing things from preact. And on the default, we're saying, hey, children looks like this. Yeah, and then we're using preact default.children. Yay! Yeah. Cool. So no use of React in this file. Just preact stuff. Cool. Okay. Good. I'm just gonna do this. Let's just make sure. So we're adding source preact. We're renaming down autocomplete to downshift. We're adding rollup and the build test and adding the Babel RC. Making changes to the index. We renamed that. Package.json has some new dependencies. Here, let's actually look at our changes here. So yeah, updated that. I updated the README just slightly. Oh, I should actually add documentation in the README in usage. Note also, this library supports preact out of the box. If you are you are using preact, then make sure you have preact installed. Oh, that's stupid. If you're using preact, then look in the dist folder and use the module you want with the preact suffix. Okay, cool. I also took all the autocompletes out of here and just replaced it with downshift. I updated the build, or I updated test. I have a build for tests. And I added default. Let's see. Yeah. All that stuff updated and test. Yeah, this is cool. You would probably have to do some weird gulp stuff to make this work, but I think it's pretty cool that you can do this stuff with NPS. It's kind of why it exists. Okay, and updated the main to be downshift. We are using all three of the, oh, let's make sure really quick that our pragma is H. So, oh, you know what? We're not using JSX. Oh, snap. I'll leave that in there anyway, just in case we ever do. But that's awesome. I'm going to add a comment, actually, just to indicate that. We're actually not using JSX at all, but I'm leaving this in here just in case we ever do. This would be easy to miss. Okay. Got a bunch of roll-up-y things. And yeah, blah, 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 and blah. Okay. Git add all the things and commit all the things. Run our pre-commit hook, make sure linting doesn't bust on us, and all of our tests and our build and all that. Oh, okay. Well, that stinks. Fine. What we'll do is roll up, question mark, otherwise null. Ha, take that. Okay. Boy, I have a mountain of email and Twitter DMs and things that I need to address. Okay, that is not helpful. Okay. Let's run our tests. Babel helpers is not defined. Well, it seems like, oh, I wonder, it could be that just automatically applies the plugin when it sees it in your package JSON or something. That could be, and that would be kind of annoying. Well, helpers, yeah, I don't have it anywhere in my project. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Why did it suddenly break? I'm gonna experiment with something really quick. Or external helpers. If I just do this really quick. I don't want to watch. Okay, so that's not gonna be it. So let's do no, it's utils. Nope. Huh. Well, it's not like normal Babel. I think there is something weird going on here with There is something weird going on. Okay, let's just see if any of these give us tips. Oh, let's try with no cache. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you, sir or madam, individual. Thank you. Okay. That happens when you edit your Babel RC. Sometimes Jess doesn't pick that up or something. I don't know. Okay. What? When I run with no cache, it should like delete the cache, right? Okay, tell you what I'm gonna do. It'll invalidate the cache if I change the file. So we're gonna add another color. I don't know, pink. Okay, come on. Hopefully this testing works. This linting error is really annoying. I need to figure out what's going on with that. Okay, that testing thing, yeah, worked. 13 seconds, goodness gracious. Could be that I'm running like a billion processes all in parallel. Okay, sweet. So we're gonna say feature preact, add build and preact support, and push that up. This adds a build and support for preact out of the box. And the Y is going to reference number 4. That closes number 4. And closes number 999. Boy, it's wild to me. We already have over 100 issues on a project I haven't actually released yet. How much copy paste from Glamorous and modifications to make it work with preact. Inspiration from this fellow in number 15. Closes number 15. Okay, so docs have been updated, tests are good. It is ready to be merged, and this is NA. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for the build to pass, and then I'm gonna merge it because, yeah, that's the kind of project this is right now. Alrighty, I've created a build and added preact support. Ta-da! Thank you. I used this as an example for a bunch of stuff. Much appreciated. Smile. Now let's say the fellow's name. Okay. Let's look at this build. And we'll just watch it happen. I'm going to get a drink. Test passed, hooray! Okay, I think we are good to merge this thing. So let's do that. And then let's go check out master, get pull. I'll delete this branch. And 4, 99, and 15 should all be closed, which is exciting. Oh, shoot. Ah, I hope that it preserved my comment. Sweet. Okay, refresh this and it should be gone. Okay, cool. So let's look at our 1.0.0 milestone. Sweet. What can we remove? And adding tests. Okay, cool. So here, actually, let's do this. Vim package JSON. We're gonna bump this to whoops, 13 mps val validate and everything should be good. Come on. Okay, cool. And so we'll npm publish tag beta. I'm gonna go, I like to do this, go back to the pull request from which this was updated. And I'll copy this, paste it in here. That way anybody watching knows that there's a new beta available, which is good. And commit beta 13. Okay, cool. So there is, oh, actually no, there is a pull request that I should probably, a couple pull requests maybe that I should probably look at. The type definitions are going to be sweet as soon as we solidify on the API. I can't wait to get those in. Change param of onChange. Yeah, I'm going to look at that. The add Genie.js example, I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit. And the store simple string values, I have issues with that. That one will not happen. Are you sure you're using the latest version? Currently, the version is beta.13. 1.0.0 beta 13. Please comment if closing I'm wrong. Okay, just take care of that real quick. And then I didn't look at the changes, but the problem is, so he wants to change the selected value to a string, which would be like the serialized version of the selected value. But this will not work because the serialized version of the selected value could be the same. Let's say you have two friends named John Smith. Which one do I choose? So I can't do this, and I'll just explain that to him. Hey, thanks for this. Unfortunately, we can't really do this because the get value of two items could result in the same string. Let's say you have a list of contacts and two of the contacts are named John Smith, for example. So I won't be merging this one. Sorry. Okay, I'm not going to delete the branch though. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. No, don't look at the notifications. No, not right now. Okay, and the Genie.js example is cool, but it's not actually using Genie.js. So I'll just review it again really quick, but I'm pretty sure that's not in the dependencies, so yeah. This example is neat, but it's not using the Genie. I think it may have been Genie.js. Can't remember. Yeah, it's not using Genie library. Could you update it to use Genie? Request changes. Thanks for this. Always be grateful. People are putting work in. Is it possible to output the colored terminal output into a file? Nope, it's not possible. So like this output, you could output it to a file, but it wouldn't have any colors. Or if it did, it would have these weird characters that are like how the terminal converts those weird characters into colors. So what we could do, here I'll show you, is npm build or unbuild react out.txt, I guess. Oh, and whoops, nps. And then if we look at the out.txt, then you'll see it's not colored. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So I've dealt with the pull requests. Let's deal with this multi-select. So one thing that I want to remove is multiple. I don't think we need it, and I think it adds complexity to both the implementation and the API. And especially since now we have the ability to control the selected value, I don't think that we need support for this directly. So we'll do that. Okay, it's kind of neat. So let's see how this is accomplished really quick. Oh, actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to update see Downshift beta to get the latest. Okay. So here we're saying multiple, but if I say I want to control the selected value, here we'll go actually down here because we're forwarding that on. Here, and I'm gonna need to change this class app extends react.component, and then this is going to be my render. Okay, whoops, double return selected items, or here we'll do state equals this thing with selected items, then add selected item selection or item, this dot set state selected items selected items item. Here, we'll look at that in a little bit actually. Remove. And then here we'll say get rid of the multiple, the rest, get value, get rid of that get value thing. Oh wait, and that's how it was being used, which probably was, yep, right there. Okay. Okay, And for some reason this is taking forever to load, so we're going to refresh this. I'm also going to pull this out so I get the full screen. And we can split these up again. Okay, dependencies loaded. Wonderful. So we want add selected item, remove selected item. This handle change args console.log args. And let's pop open our console. So that, oh, I need to, this dot handle change, make this into a member field, and there we go. So previous value is nothing, we're just like an empty string. Selected value is that. So then, if I do this again, previous value is still nothing. It's interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll just say add selected item. This dot add selected item of args dot selected value. Yep, and choose one. We should probably console, here, let's see, console.log this dot selected items. Okay, that's interesting. Did I misspell something? Console.log. I'll do args here. Console.log item. Huh. Oh, whoops, that's this dot state. There we go. And this is one of the reasons why I like to do this. Selected items, this dot state. And I don't care where it's coming from. Prop state, I don't care. Who cares? Not me. And we'll choose that one. Sweet. And then that one. Nice. Beauty. Okay. I don't think that's all that difficult. Now the challenge is here, how do we remove one? And so we're gonna, let's see. I don't think that React autocompletely needs to support removal, especially if we get rid of multiple selection anyway. So let's do this. On change. Wait. Well, we do support clear selection. But in this context, we don't control selection. So we could say, hey, clear the selection, but we're actually thinking about removing clear selection in favor of just setting the selected item to null. So yeah, that's interesting. I think the multiple situation just set, if you want to have multiple, then you have to control it yourself. Yeah, I don't think that we really need to support it ourselves. Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll have a remove on a remove item here, and then selected value map to a div. Yeah, this is kind of cool. This isn't even an input. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so yeah, selected value, map the value. Children will be that, but we're going to change that slightly. Get value of the item, or the, yeah, we'll call these items. And then we'll have a little span, x span. Okay. And on click. On remove item, item. Yeah, and then here we can say on remove item, this dot remove item, and get rid of all these console logs we don't need anymore. This dot set state selected items. Oh, hey, thanks, Jacob. I don't know what hosting means, but I do see that there are a lot more people watching now, so thank you. Oh yeah, there is a notification. Jacob, something, McGivern is now hosting you for up to 11 viewers. Sweet. Thank you. I guess, yeah, the more the merrier. I definitely appreciate the feedback and stuff, so. And it's validation when people watch me, I guess. Okay, so we are also going to say our when we remove items, the selected items are the selected items dot splice. And what are the arguments to splice? Splice 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Yeah. So it's from index to index, I guess. Okay, mdn splice. It'd be pretty cool if there was like not just autocomplete, but like documentation that popped up. So it's start and delete count. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay. Because what is returned is what was removed. So we'll do the index and then 1. And yeah, that's going to actually modify the array. I want slice. That's right. And it's going to be begin and end. So slice from this, let's see, index equals, no. Return this. Index equals selected items dot index of item. If index is not equal to -1, then we'll return this. Slice from the index to index plus 1. Right, and then slice, wait a second. There, from 2, yeah. Let's see, 0 to 1. Wait, slice is gonna give me back, gar. That's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna say, yeah, selected items dot slice from 0 to the index. And then from the index plus 1 to the end. I think that'll do it. I click that little thing. Set state of undefined. Oh. We remove that one. Yeah. Sweet. See, and I'm actually pretty sure that our current implementation of multiple doesn't support removing items. So this is even better. Oh, filter, thank you. I was like, why is this so hard? Yes, filter will be easier. Selected items.filter x index. Oops. Or actually, here we have the item itself. X is not equal to item. I'll call that I. Just because I is short for item. Do. That's better. Thank you, kind friend. And just haha. So that's interesting. Let's say here if this dot state dot selected items dot includes the item. Here we'll do this up here. Includes selected value, which we'll destructure in the parameters. Then this dot remove item selected value. Otherwise, we'll do this, and yeah. So now you can actually, oh, args is not defined. Whoops. I thought I missed something. So now you can remove it two ways. You can go like this and click on one of the X's. Like, I want to remove that one. Or you can click on it again and it'll remove it. Sweet. Okay, that's great. That is good. Okay, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say, okay, awesome. So I'm much happier with the solution. Oh wait, let's double check. Did I remove multiple? Pretty sure I did. Yeah. The solution that doesn't use multiple, and by removing multiple from the implementation that simplifies things considerably. So wave multiple this solution. Actually, did you know that for accessibility reasons, all of your links should have enough context for somebody to know exactly what those links go to without without having to like read the context around it, because some screen readers allow you to like jump to all the links, or actually like you just tab through and you hear the links, and if you just hear the word here and there and whatever, and that's not very helpful. But if you hear this solution that doesn't use multiple, that is much more useful. So goodbye multiple, and that's what I'm going to work on now. Let's get rid of multiple. I've got a half hour before stand up, so let's see if we can get that working. Get multiple out of here. Let's actually go to the pull request that added multiple. And we work backward. Oh yeah, he also renamed a couple things too, so I'll have to just be cognizant of that. So I'm gonna actually make a new branch, remove multiple support, and here we'll find ag multiple. So we have it in the README. I'll just remove that really quick. Multiple. Defaults to null. And multiple. Okay, sweet. And I'm actually also going to add my little demo copy link, copy link address to the examples, because people are going to want to be able to do multiple. And so, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. And so I want to be able to support that. Multiple selection example uses controlled selected item API. Thank you, Chase Void. Okay, so then with Downshift, we just have a couple places where we're using multiple, which is nice. So we'll go to Downshift here, multiple, get rid of this, and start default value, or empty string. And actually, I think I'm going to do first defined because if they want to set it to null, what do I care? Okay. And then multiple here. We've got, oh, this dot multiple. Whoops, that should be state. So that was a bug, but that's fixed now because we don't use it. Ha! And then here, if it's not multiple, well, it's always not going to be multiple, so I guess we'll reset it. And then if it is multiple, then we'll do all this logic, which we don't need anymore. Yay! And we don't need the previous value anymore. That's interesting. Previous. Okay, yeah, we do have a previous value, just not there. Okay, good. And in that case, get rid of that. Very good. Okay, cool. So we get rid of that stuff, get rid of that. And simplify the select item considerably. Okay, add commit. Here, we'll do, just run our pre-commit hook there first. Okay, running all of our builds and such. Okay, this is how I get distracted on Twitter, is if something takes more than 5 seconds, and it's like, sorry, I'm on Twitter now. Okay, I'm back. Woo! So, we've got, what is this? It's not really a feature or a fix, I guess. It's a fix, I don't know. Multiple, remove it. This removes multiple ref, the multiple props. Okay, neat. I'm actually really happy to be able to remove multiple. I just felt like this was the wrong place for us to handle multiple. Okay, so what? This removes multiple. Why? Oops. Search for multiple in the code or project and remove it. Okay, checklist documentation has been updated. Tests are fine and it is ready to be merged. And yeah, this is not applicable. Okay, what else can we remove here? Somebody suggested removing the clear selection somewhere. Let me look around, find out. So I feel like there have been some folks chatting around and asking questions about things, and I've been hesitant to answer because things are not quite ready yet. Okay. But I think I'm getting pretty close to ready for that. You know what I think is really cool about this API? What makes me excited is that other autocomplete APIs say, render input as a prop, and then you return the input that you want to render. And you probably, in some of those cases too, you probably have to forward props onto the input anyway, like at least a ref or something, so it can be focused or whatever. But the position of that input in what you're rendering is totally not up to you. It's you have to like provide some options or something like that. But with this, it's like so flexible. It doesn't need to have a render input thing. Okay, this is not loading. Come on. Let's see, how old is this? Is that React Cadabra? No. Oh, it's autocompletely still. Whew. This is old. It is at least using kind of the newer API to get props stuff, so that's good. Okay, it's not loading for me, so I'll look at that later. Okay, here we go. Let's just make sure that okay, that's not old at all. These are fine. Boy, living on the edge with betas and alphas and stuff. Maybe I should have called mine an alpha. Okay. That X needs to be focusable. See, this is the challenge, is how do we not make any assumptions, but at the same time make sure that you make your autocompletes accessible. That's tough. That's why we have a couple of things that make it a little easier. But yeah, okay, where's your autocomplete? Where's Downshift? There it is, combo box. Yeah, see, this is the other thing that you have to do when you are in control of render. So you have to expose some way to theme everything or to style everything. And so you have to like, well, sorry, you just have to use CSS and JS. Well, no, you don't have to use that. You should be able to use whatever styling solution you want. Okay. Okay, where is this downshift thing? Downshift, there it is. Autocomplete. There you are. Autocomplete contents. Oh. Yeah, okay. Options. And here somewhere we need to render okay, I don't have enough editor view space. Okay. Text field. MD clear. Oh, the MD clear is not focusable. So yeah, that's a problem. I see it's an icon. So if we do tab index of 0, would that fix it? I'm mostly just curious. I'm not actually going to fix this for him. Okay, cool. So build is done. Cool. Multi is gone. See that? Yeah, that is interesting. Oh, it's because the drop down is behind it. Aha! Well, it's just positioning then. We can fix that. Just want to make sure that there's nothing I can do to make it better. So here we'll get rid of the tab index. We'll move this up. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, like totally breaks it, but yeah, okay. That's good. Cool. So his question though, he did have a question. Stand up in 15. Is it going to be value or input value, selected item or selected value? Yeah, that's one thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, one thing I should go through the docs really quick and just make sure we're referencing everything correctly. I'm not going to, yeah, I'm going to, okay, so we select item and then we update the selected value. That is not good. So I think we're going to say so there's input value, selected item. That's all it's going to be. There's not going to be any selected value or anything like that. So let's find all of those, and those are going to be selected item. And here we're going to make that null. So if there's no selected item, that's going to be null. Okay, do. Okay, and I'm pretty sure we can get rid of this because this was in the multiple case. So just get rid of this stuff. Selected item. This will be null. Get index from item. Item. Oh, this actually will be item value. Item. Oh, yeah, that's the challenge. Internally, an item it has a value and a node. Yeah. Get item props. See here, items. Is it? Yeah, not a node, but an index and a value. Okay. So what if we change this and did items at index equals value? This dot items, and actually we would call this item, just to make it more clear what's going on here. So yeah, then this dot items, it's fine, it's fine. And this would actually be return items index. This would be items dot find I is equal to the item. And this would be find index item. So here, if we had a, oops, wrong thing. So we have find index foo. Oh, whatever. Okay, yeah, it's going to be -1. That makes sense. So if okay, cool. And this dot items. Yeah. And get item from index. And this will actually just be, this will be highlighted, not value, but highlighted. Am I like just circling around in circles? Okay, this will be highlighted item. Okay, pretty sure I've gone through all these. It all makes sense. Value. And this get value thing also is confusing. I'm going to change it. At first I had it item to string, and that's what I'm going to change it back to. Item to, oops. Gee, I'm all messed up. Item, what on earth? Okay. We're just going to get value, item to string. Also, I think I might have a busted plugin, so let's see if maybe this will fix it for me. Nope, probably not, but it's always good to stay up to date, right? So, okay. Now get value is gone. That's a good thing. Let's find other places we say value. Default value. Default selected item, I think is what I want. Yeah. Default selected value, or selected item. Okay. And we actually can get rid of that. Don't need it. Except I always like to, if it's not required, I like to have a default, so. And in which case, we can get rid of this. Okay, input value is fine. I wonder, since like in a dropdown you don't really have an input, but we want to manage this somehow, because we do reference the input quite a few places, and that's pretty common use case. So I think we are going to support it. We'll keep support here. This label should be all upper caps. Okay, but yeah, so input value is fine. Okay, so if I'm going to get item props, we're going to just change this to item wholesale. So yeah, that'll be good. So the only time you reference value is input value. And we are going to have a default input value string. Okay. Default input value would be an empty string. And this dot props dot default input value. Okay, now let's go fix everything in the last 5 minutes before stand up. I should probably open Slack. Oops. And my email client. No wonder I've been getting so much done. Oh, sorry, I've been missing a bunch of chats. Sorry. Do I stream stand up too? No, I do not stream stand up. What on earth? My mail client is like following me everywhere I go. Weird. Okay. Yeah, I work at PayPal. And it's fun. If you want to, or just in case people don't know, this is where the repo is for the thing that I'm building. Okay. Now my computer is like, because I opened Slack. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go to the README and find any place we reference value. So input value is correct, selected value is incorrect. And actually, here we'll just wholesale find and replace selected value with selected item. And here we're going to match case, place all, because I think we also have default selected item. Yeah, we don't include that though. So we should probably make sure we document all props. What are my thoughts on styled components in GraphQL? I think styled components are awesome, but I recommend you look at Glamorous because that's mine. I made that for PayPal, and I think it's great. In my opinion, it's better because of the trade-offs that I think are important to me. As for, yeah, PayPal Glamorous, yep. And GraphQL, I think is really awesome, and I'd love to use it more, but I don't, unfortunately. So, yeah, maybe one day. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, I've got 2 minutes. I need to find more value thing. Use to determine, okay, and get value actually. also needs to be changed to item to string. Value. Okay, let's just give me some more room. Value here is now actually, oh yeah, I like totally forgot to update a bunch of docs and stuff. Okay, use determine the value string value for the selected item. Which is used in to compute the input value. Oh man, it's time to go. Okay, I gotta run. Basically, I'm just updating docs, and I'll push a PR here in like, I don't know, whenever I start working on this again. So thanks for watching. This has been fun, real fun. Open source is the best. I love live streaming stuff, and when it's open source, I can do that. So yeah, I will maybe be live streaming some more this afternoon. So I'll check you all out when I do that. And yeah, am I not live streaming anymore? What happened to my OBS thing? What is going on? Can you all see me? My OBS just like is not working. It's not popping up the window anymore. Have I been talking to myself for the last little bit? Huh, no, apparently I am live still. Weird. Okay, I'm just gonna quit like a bunch of stuff. Maybe that'll fix things. Huh. Well, I'm just gonna like force quit OBS then. And yeah, hopefully that works. Goodbye. Ah, there it is. It